Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Cleveland Browns taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And this carries into the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Here come the Browns on offense with Baker Mayfield, the former #1 overall pick at quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Play fake, Mayfield. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tackled. Especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, Mayfield. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
First and 10.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. Oh, how about this on first and goal? Yeah, the Browns are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Here's a run with Mixon. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive.
So that first quarter touchdown does much more than just give them momentum. I mean, this is probably going to go a long way towards erasing what's gone down with them in the last couple of games where they lost both of them.
Yeah, they were struggling going into the open week. Maybe that open week came at a good time.
Sometimes you just have to get away, right? I wonder if they just took the whole philosophy of take the week, get out of here, let's come back and regroup fresh.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he made both sides happy last week, didn't he?
3-3.
I mean, his guys, they caught 3 touchdown passes, but he threw 3 interceptions. Got to get off of that schneid and get back to just throwing touchdown passes and taking care of the ball better.
Yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. He'll rifle this one deep right. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On second down, here's Mixon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. 3rd and long for Mayfield. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Mixon with a first down carry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
6-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, they roam with Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
The 42-yard line.
52 is the mark, boy. 52. Oh, here we go.
From the gun, Mayfield. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running sap.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and...
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Being chased out left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Ball carrier.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
7. And a Jaguar first down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Flush to his right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively. You can almost see him going through the coaching points. Adjust, find the football, knock it away. Well executed.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
25-yard line.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield looking left side. He's got it complete. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. They'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards, a 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. It's a pickup of 3 on the play, but with it, time has run out on the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up in the Steel City, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, where it was the home team who were able to hold serve and get a victory in their stadium. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. 28-13, the final score. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. Saquon Barkley leading the charge on the ground. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, they trail by 3 scores. Look, they're not completely out of this, but it's sort of go time right now.
Yeah, and they knew that coming out after halftime, it was going to take a collective effort to get back into this ball game. The defense got the stop for them, so maybe that can get things started. Now the offense has to pick their game up as well, and if they can put a score on the board, hey, they could get back in it in a hurry.
At the 22-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 55 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Mayfield to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
23-yard line.
Now Joe Mixon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Ebron with it over the middle. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
First and
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
6-man. Check cross.
To throw, Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
20-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Well, he gets attended to, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Jaguars' 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. The hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards on the play. First down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Mayfield now. Ebron caught left side. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Throwing, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 10 yards out. And the Browns have cut it back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listen to history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
The pass.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then off.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
A loss of 14 on the play.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. The Jaguars on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Jags are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He's back to throw here to start the drive. Dumps it off to Mixon. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
But this possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. He gets it left side to Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now Mayfield lost the football.
The pass. A fumble on the play.
Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Mayfield's pass.
Went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
Fourth down, Mayfield. And no, it's incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still.
At the 39-yard line.
2nd and 11. Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Dexter Lawrence. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside in 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Heading back out, Baker Mayfield as we call up our player spotlight. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. He finds his running back, Mixon. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick.
Set to kick off.
And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 10. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, It's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. Here's Mayfield. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Now Mayfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 23, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. That one looks like he'll throw here. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Tonight's final score.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Jags, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. I'm Brandon Gaudin, certainly.
Thank you.